Hello, hello, Tammy Cinematic Skeins. I think this is episode 37 or something like that. I'm actually not sure. I forgot. Anyway, what else is new? Hi, if you're new here, welcome. I ramble. You've been warned. If you've been here for a bit, welcome back. I was not going to film today, so yeah. And I'm starving as per usual when I film these. I'm like super hungry. So if you hear my stomach start growling, I apologize. I'm gonna go eat as soon as I finish this. But I knew if I went out to eat, because I have some errands to run, I would not get everything done and film and whatnot. And I do want to film this weekend, so here I am. That was a lot. I think I have gathered everything I want to show y'all. I think. I'm gonna drink some water, which will hopefully prevent my stomach from growling too loudly. Yes. Can't remember if I mentioned it last episode. I may not have seen her when I did last episode. No, I talked about it on Instagram. I went to a dietitian. We did like a Zoom call. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work out, my friends. I don't think it's going to work out. I'm going to give her one more shot. She recommended a doctor to me that does functional medicine, which I'm all for. Like, I would love to see a doctor that does that so I can see what the difference is from like, you know, the regular family practitioner. But I was doing a little research. Now I have an appointment with this doctor and there was like a waiting list. So my appointment's not till the end of next month. But I did a little research, and while this doctor has good reviews, her office has crap reviews, and she got sued not that long ago for taking kickbacks from referring people to specific places owned by her parents. So like her parents or something own like a blood work type place, like a lab place, and she was sending patients there. And whenever patients of hers went there, she got like $25 or something for every patient she sent there. And, you know, it's her parents. So, like, did you not know that was illegal? Because, yeah. So now I'm like, do I want to go to this person? But like I said, her reviews are fantastic. It's her office that has bad reviews. So I don't know. Also, I'm talking about this because I have a headache. Just FYI. And then I'll get to the knitting stuff, I swear. The dietitian wanted me to stop taking anything at all for my headaches, because she wanted to see if maybe it was diet related. I have had a headache for 3 days now, and that's normal. But I haven't taken anything for it. So yesterday it got to be too much. I had to log out of work and I went to bed super early and my head still hurts today. And now I'm ignoring her advice and I'm taking some freaking medication so I can eat a normal meal. Yes. I did discover that I actually don't mind coconut milk, because one of the things on my list of foods to avoid are like things with nuts. So I was like, I'll give coconut milk another try. The unsweetened, I think it's by So Delicious, maybe. The unsweetened coconut milk doesn't have a super coconutty taste to it, so I don't mind it. So I can use that. I figured I would try it because the chai smoothie that I'm in love with from Trader Joe's that I buy like 8 of every single week, it's made with coconut cream, but I can't taste it. So yeah, I decided to give coconut milk another shot. And it turns out I don't mind it so much, which is weird because I don't like it in like ice cream and things. Maybe I don't like it in sweet applications. Maybe that's the deal. And texture. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I mentioned the dietitian and all that stuff. My head freaking hurts, and it has hurt ever since. And she had me taking, she started 400 milligrams of magnesium every night before bed is what she wanted me to start doing, because apparently magnesium deficiency is a trigger for migraines. Magnesium upsets my stomach. And I got the one that isn't supposed to upset your stomach. It still upsets my stomach. So now I'm like, I'm not going to take 400 milligrams. I'm like trying to like wean myself onto it. So I'm doing like one pill instead of 4, because I can't. My stomach is not a fan. But yeah, that's fun. And I've decided I'm going to attempt to go back to being vegetarian. And yeah, And I don't know if I'm going to follow this whole kidney diet thing, because I like food and I like the food that I normally eat, and I would like to keep eating it. And I still 100% believe that my whole kidney issue was related to me trying keto, which was not good for my body. Anyway, let's talk about fiber and yarn and things. Yes? Yes. Okay. So that was your update on me personally. Let's talk about some stuff. Okay. That freaking sweater. I'm kidding. I'm good with it now. But I haven't touched. So I finished the chart for like one full run through of the entire chart. Like I think when I showed it to you guys, I hadn't joined them yet. So I was just doing like the left shoulder and the right shoulder in the front. Like the original one I showed you guys, I had done the back chart and I was trying to do the left and front shoulder. And then I had to frog it a bunch of times and then I started all over again. Okay, yes. So I got the left and front done and I have joined them. It's not really in the round, but I've joined the pieces together. Like you knit the back and then you knit the front and then you join it under the arms. So I've done that bit. And then I finished out the chart. And then I put it down and haven't touched it since. Nothing against it. I was just tired doing cables. So yeah, I haven't touched it since. I think maybe 1 or 2 more repeats of the full chart and I'll be done with the body, and then I can work on the sleeves, which I'm considering not doing the cabled sleeves and just doing a plain sleeve just to save myself the hassle. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't decided. But I mean, I showed it on Instagram already, but you know, you guys. So let me take this off because it makes it look weird. All right. I probably should have turned the light on. Ta-da. It's a vest for Hoggle. No, I mean, it would fit Hoggle. But see, I finished the front. So I finished the full repeat of the cables in the front. This would make a cool Hoggle vest. I'm just saying. So that's that. And then I'd already done the back chart the first time you guys saw it. So it was like to here. But I've done a second repeat of the back chart. So there's 2 repeats of the back chart and then like a full front chart. So that's where we're at. But like I said, I think, because it's already to here, I think maybe 2 more repeats, like full repeats of the back chart will get me the length that I want. The one thing I didn't do, because I was confused by it, were you're supposed to do short rows here, which didn't make sense to, like with the way I'm reading the chart or the pattern. I think you're supposed to do short rows before you did the second repeat of the back chart, but I didn't see that. And then I thought about it and I was like, why would I do them right here? Wouldn't I do them at the end? So I'm just going to wait and do it at the end. And I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Somebody else on the Discord asked why you had to do the short rows. And they were saying like to help it sit better in the back. And I feel like if I do it at the bottom, that's going to be fine. Because that's what I did for my swallow sweater. And it's fine. So I'm going to wait until I'm done with the repeats. And then I'll do the short rows in the back to make it, you know, a little bit longer in the back. So it sits on my bum. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it anymore. I haven't felt like doing it because I got obsessed with doing my blanket squares. And the issue I'm running into with that project is I need to draw them first. And I'm having a hard time. Like, I know what I want to draw for the movies that I've picked so far, but I'm not that great at drawing. I'm good at sculpting. I'm not good at drawing. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But I'm trying to like pick simple things like that are recognizable. I know I'm the only person that's really ever going to see this blanket, except for you guys when I show it as I do it. But I kind of want it to be something that's like recognizable for the movie. At least for me. I don't know. Like I could put anything on the blanket. I'm like, this color is for this movie. But yeah, anyway. I'll show you my blanket squares that I've done so far. I've only done 3. I'm using my new notebook. And I bought these things. I'm sure I could have made one. It would have been simpler, but this was like $7 on Amazon or something like that. But they're the Clover pattern chart marker set. And they're like these little magnetic silicone plasticky bookmark type things. This is the long one, which is super long and unnecessary in my opinion. And then I'm using the short one. And it's just a bit of plastic, like, you know, the old school, like, foldy plastic, binder plastic. And it's got little magnet things on the inside. I could have made this. It's got magnets on the inside and it folds. And it's got a tab, so it's like a bookmark. But the reason I like it is it's helping me keep the line on my chart because it's got the little see-through line in the middle that helps me with the chart. See? So yeah, I like this. It's helpful for me. When I'm not using my Cocoa Knits board, the magnetic thing, because I usually use this to slide up and keep track of what line I'm on, but it was hard to with this. Anyway, rambling. So I've been designing my squares in here, and the issue I'm running into, you guys, is that my gauge is all over the place with flat knitting. It's a mess. So I've done all of my squares as 42 by 42, but some of the patterns, like the actual patterns, like this is the one I did for the labyrinth. And the issue I have with this is the labyrinth is curvy and not straight like this, but I was having a hard time drawing that, so I did a straight one. And it's solvable. I haven't done the square yet, so I'm not showing you. I did an orange square. This one was hard, y'all. The one I saw that I had mentioned on the last episode that, you know, I found one, like an orange square on Ravelry, but it was crooked and I was going to fix it. That didn't work. Because when I looked at it and I was like, let me just straighten these lines out. When I looked at it more, it doesn't really, like, it looks like the orange, but not as, it's the same pattern, but it was like thinner than the actual orange in the movie. So what I did, instead of using that pattern, is I went and I rewatched the movie for the 50th billionth time and paused and took a screenshot of when Atreyu gets the orange, and I did my square based on that photo. So this is not, I don't know if I should still give that designer credit because I technically did not use their pattern. I created my own. So yeah, I've just been designing my squares in here. And with this one, I miscounted how many lines I did before like the actual pattern started. So then I have like less lines down here, more lines up here. It's just a mess. But anyway, they're all 42 by 42, but they're not lining up. They don't match because my gauge is all over the place. Especially flat colorwork knitting, it's always going to be all over the place because I suck at flat colorwork. But they're close enough, and I figure I'm going to join them all together later on, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I did block these, by the way, and they're still different sizes, as you can see, even though they're all 42 by 42. And acrylic. I wet blocked them. I guess maybe I should have steam blocked them because they're still curly. But I mean, it's okay that they're curly because like I said, I'm going to join them all together later. And I figure like when I crochet them all together, it's going to straighten that out. So it's fine. Anyway, let me show you what I've done now that I've rambled about it. This is my labyrinth square. I'm kind of considering putting like a little silver bead in here just for funs. Because it is a solvable maze. I drew a solvable maze, you guys. That's my labyrinth square. This is my never ending story square with the orange. I used metallic yarn from Hobbii. It's the Metallico yarn. And I've decided that Pound of Love is not worsted, it's DK. As is this Metallico yarn that's supposed to be worsted from Hobbii. It's definitely a DK. But look at the orange, y'all. Okay. And then I did the sparkly from Rats of Nim or Secret of Nim. I can't remember what it's called. But I love that movie. Anyway, and I used my yarn for the sparkly. So it's got stellina in it. It's hard to see. This is one of those ones where it was before I switched my silver screen base. So this is only 5% stellina instead of 10. So it's not as sparkly as it could be. And I'm actually thinking about double stitching over it to give it kind of a 3D feel. But I don't know. But anyway, these are the 3 squares that I have so far. My next square is the dark crystal. And it's just going to be the shard. And then the only other square I haven't drawn it out yet, but I'm going to do a Conan the Barbarian square, but I'm going to do the 2 snakes for a Thulsa Doom. And that's all I've got right now. So what I'm thinking about, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. So I was thinking of doing it as a genre blanket. So like one strip is going to be fantasy movies and then like action movies, romance, genres. Or I was going to do like favorite childhood movies, like, when I was a little kid and as I was growing up, and then like the more mature movies at the end. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. Then I thought about just my favorite movies and like multiple blocks per movie. Like I actually designed a couple different blocks for Labyrinth. Like I was going to have a Ludo block, which doesn't look right. So, and then I was going to do the Knockers as a block and the Owl as a block. Knockers, Ludo, this. I think just 3. So I was just going to do like triplets. So 3 blocks for this. But then I was like, I don't have 3 blocks for Secret of Nim unless I do like the rats or something. Like, and I was going to do a Gus Gus block from Cinderella, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I should stick to 1 block per movie. Although I really do want to put that owl block in here. Oh, but then I could do, what's his name? I was going to say Bilbo, but it's not Bilbo. That's a Hobbit. Bubo. Is it Bubo? Bubo from Clash of Titans. And I can use more of the metallic yarn for him. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So those are my blanket squares so far. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to improve my tension. It's just me. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's fun. Like, I think what's getting me right now is taking the time to draw them out is a pain in the butt. And once they're drawn out, I can whip through them really fast. Like I did these 2 yesterday. So these went really fast. This one took me like 2 days because I kept mixing up which color was which because of how I drew it. So I mixed up my main color and then I was like, why is this not lining up? And I was like, oh, I switched the colors again. And then I had to go back. And that's why when I drew this one, I colored it in on there. So I'd keep track of what color is what. I could probably do this with technology, but I wanted it on paper. Because I do better with my color work charts on paper. Anyway, those are my squares. That's all I've got so far. I think to get a blanket of a decent size, this will take me like 2 years. But whatever, it's movie related. I'll be working on it and it'll be fun and fine and it's great. Speaking of movie related things, all right, I showed you guys that. Dropping things. You guys remember I told you I'd bought these yarn koozies from Leela Styles and my package went missing and she sent me replacements that I told her she didn't have to send me. Well, the missing package showed up last week. So yeah, these are going to go in the prize bin because I already have them. So just letting y'all know. And apparently with my original order, she had thrown in an extra. So I'm going to keep this because this was extra and it was a gift. But these are the squares. These are the yarn cozies that I showed you guys last time, like Lost Boys, Beetlejuice. I kind of want to keep this one. I might keep this one. I know I already have one. Actually, I think I have two now. I think I'm going to keep that one. Yeah, movies. But these will go in the bin. So the Lost Boys, Beetlejuice, and Labyrinth Focus will go into the prize bin. And I will put them in there with that stuff. Okay, that's movie related. Let me think. Prize bins. I'm still putting things in my prize bins. If you follow me on Instagram, I decided to do a thing this year to help me with my D-stash. I am doing a monthly giveaway. There's my stomach. I'm doing a monthly giveaway. Where did my water go? On Instagram. So I will announce what the gift will be at the beginning of the month, and the drawing will be the last Saturday after month end. So like for January, the drawing is in February because that's the Saturday. That's how that month worked out. So yeah, that's the plan. Kind of like the giveaway that I do here. I announce it at the beginning of the month, and then like I'm going to do the drawing at the end of the month. Same thing on Instagram, except I'm going to do it every single month. So if you don't follow me on Instagram and you have Instagram, go ahead and follow me on there. It's going to be a random drawing from that post, and the Instagram giveaway is US only. Just because I'm giving stuff away, I'm going to have to pay for shipping. Okay. January is a Woolberry sock set and some hazelnut toffee that I really wish I had done the giveaway sooner because I needed to get out of the house because I want to eat it so bad. I'm going to go get some toffee today. I'm supposed to not be eating a lot of sugar right now because of the dietitian. But like I said, we're having issues. So I know I need to cut back on my sugary stuff, and I have. But I am going to go pick up some toffee today so I keep myself from eating the toffee that's in there because I want it real bad. And then I did a poll to decide on what February's gift's going to be because I have fiber. I have a drop spindle I know I'm not going to use. But I have some fiber that I didn't open. So that was going to be a giveaway, a spindle with fiber. And what was the other one in the poll? The other one in the poll was yarn with a notion. And then the third thing was yarn with a book. Yarn with a book won in the poll. Like I had the most votes for that. So February's giveaway is going to be a pattern book and a skein of yarn that can be used with those patterns. And a hint or sneak peek as it were, it's worsted yarn. There you go. Because it's in my brain, it's a wintry type thing, like cooler weather type thing. So it's worsted yarn with a book. And I'm going to leave it at that. I was going to do 2 skeins of yarn with this book, but I think I'm just going to do one. The book itself is kind of pricey. So there you go. That's the prize for February, a book and some yarn. Let's see what else. Sorry. Movies, prizes, other whips. All right, so I'm working on the cabled sweater that I haven't touched in a bit. I'm working on that blanket. I've picked back up my harvest sweater. I'm working on that. That's where I'm at with this. I still love the yarn. I love it so much. It's going to be a very, very nice lightweight sweater. So freaking pretty and just flowy and just, oh, it feels so good. Y'all understand this yarn is awesome. Debating leaving it sleeveless. Because again, I started this, I started this using a Melanie Berg pattern just because I'd never knit a V-neck before. But other than that, once I joined in the round, I'm not actually using a pattern anymore. I'm just knitting right now. I had debated about doing like a colorwork panel at the bottom or across the chest. I don't know what I'm doing with this sweater right now, but I'm kind of liking the way it looks as a tunic. I might make it a tunic and like figure out how to do like the elastic band or something. I don't know. I might make it a tunic. We'll see how far the yarn goes. I have 4 skeins over there. Yeah, I should have enough to make this super long because I haven't even started this one yet. Have I started? Is this all one skein? This isn't one skein, is it? Is this 2 skeins? I don't know. How many did I buy? This isn't one skein of yarn, is it? No. All right, I joined right there. All right, 2. Okay, so this is 2 skeins, and I'm almost finished with this one, and this is my 3rd skein. So I might have enough to make it longish. We'll see. That's my other project, and I went shopping. I found a loophole. Here's the loophole. If it's local yarn, it doesn't count as stash. It counts as, what did I say on Instagram? It counts as contributing to the local economy and supporting local dyers. Or your local fiber community. Doesn't count as stash. Okay, what had happened was U2 yarn, which you guys know I love. That's what I used in my the snake sweater. What's my snake sweater called? The Copperhead Tee by Lucia Blackwell. Or Lucia Blackwell. I never could figure out which one it was. Lucia Blackwell. Anyway, it's a great pattern. I love it. I haven't worn it because I gained weight after I made it and it doesn't quite fit around my waist very well. So yeah, that'll be remedied. Hopefully I'll be able to wear it this year. Anyway, U2 Yarn posted this yarn on their Insta and I had to have it. Isn't it lovely? But here's the thing. Here's what had happened. I went in there to pick this up on my lunch break and I couldn't find it. So I was like, oh man, somebody else must have bought it. And I was like, let me just look around since I'm here. And I saw this yarn. Oh my gosh. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? So what happened was I went for that yarn, saw this yarn, came home with this yarn, caked it up, and started knitting it on my conference call while I was at work. So yeah, went on my lunch break, picked up yarn, caked it when I got home, logged back into work, got on a call and was like, let me knit up a sample of this. I thought I brought it in here. I had a swatch. Where's my swatch? That's okay, because I cast it on. Yes. So, and I'm alternating skeins because some of them, I don't know if you can tell, like this skein is a little darker than this skein. So what I'm doing is I'm alternating the light and the dark skeins. It's the same colorway though. And if you're new here, U2 Yarn is a local yarn shop and they dye their own yarn as well. And they do not repeat their colorways. So they're like me. So when I see something there that I like, I have to buy it immediately, which is why I bought this. But this is CK86. There is no more of this because I bought it all. This is 100% BFL superwash, 287 yards, sport weight. So anyway, this is what the light color looks like caked up. This is what the dark one looks like caked up. So they're in the same family. They're just a little bit dark light. And I have started, I used, if you guys remember my swallow sweater with the birds, that blue that I used for that, the Quince & Company, I used that to do the ribbing of the collar. there's not much on here, so there's not much to see, but yeah, so I'm doing that. And because my gauge matches up closely, I think I'm gonna make it into the Alaska sweater, but I haven't decided for sure yet. It might just be a plain sweater with no color work, no nothing on it. Just gonna keep knitting and see what happens. Because I'm worried it's gonna be too busy. I don't know. But I don't know. It's cute. I don't know. It's cute. But also, I was worried. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. But you see, it might be a little too busy. But then I was considering making it striped. So using that blue and just making it striped so it's less busy. And I went to buy some more blue from Quince & Company. How about they only have like 4 colorways left of Chickadee Heather? So now I'm worried that like one of my favorite yarns is going to disappear. Because they have the regular Quince & Company Chickadee, and then they have the organic Chickadee Heather. And it looks like all the colorways are disappearing. So all they have right now are like neutral colors left. And I'm like, what happened to like the greens and the blues and like the really pretty, like, what's that other color I have somewhere? I'm using it in something. Caspian, the one I used for my Allie's tee, like they're gone. So I was like, I sent them an email. I was like, is this being discontinued or is this coming back in stock? And no one's responded to me yet. And I need to know. If anybody knows, please tell me, because I might have to go to McKinney Knittery and pick up whatever they have left in the colors of the Chickadee Heather, because if you haven't noticed already, it's one of my favorite yarns to use. It's like a fingering / sport, and it's just delightful and soft and wonderful, and it's not itchy, and I love it. So I might have to go get some more. But anyway, that's that sweater. I am rambling. I'm sorry. So yeah, and then with this, Trudy sent me a message. She's like, hey, you didn't buy the yarn. Like, I saw you bought that other yarn. Did you change your mind about the yarn that you said you liked, which was this one? And I was like, no, I couldn't find it. And she told me where it was. So I was like, I'll go back and pick it up. And I did. So when I went to pick this up, they had this in the basket next to it. Exception to the rule, y'all. I'm supporting my local fiber community. So I picked this up. I have no idea what I'm going to make. This is Truffle DK, which is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. And yeah, Truffle DK. I don't know what I'm going to make. I could make a stripy sweater, which is a thought. I could also make, like, I thought about making like a stripy cardigan or something. I don't know. I might just set it aside. It's just going to go in the stash. I wanted it. So yeah. I'm not going to cast that on anytime soon. It's just, I don't have any room left in the purple bin. Well, I'm going to have to cast on something purple next so I can put this yarn away. I don't have any more purple room. Well, crap. I'm out of room for blue, teal, green, purple, and reddish shades or coppery shades. I don't have any room left. There is still room for gray, black, and natural, like neutral light colors. My self-striping is almost full. You guys. Anyway, no more purple. Okay, I can't buy any more purple. Speaking of which, I did dye a very deep, dark elderberry purple color, and it's bleeding because I dyed it at a 4% depth of shade, and I probably could have gotten away with a 2. So I am resetting that right now. Hopefully that will alleviate the issue, because it's not bleeding like purpley tones. It's bleeding like yellowy peach tones, which is just weird, but I guess it's whatever's in it that's just not Anyway, so I dyed that and I'm having a little bit of an issue with it. Hopefully I can make it work because it's not bleeding a lot. And I don't think, I just don't want to sell it and have it like the color bleed and just like a lighter color or something. I don't want it to ruin somebody's project. So I'm resetting the color to see if I can get it to not bleed. I don't know. Anyway, yes. I can't put that back in stash because I don't have any room for it. So yeah, I need to fix it and get it gone. And then I dyed it started out as like a cherry blossom type colorway. And then I threw some yellow in there and a little bit of purple in there. And it's Loved by the Sun because I was on a legend kick. And the elderberry color is also legend based because when like they find Jack in the snow and they're like, oh, love is another matter, elderberry wine. It's a legend colorway. And then I dyed this colorway and I haven't named it yet. Honestly, I haven't twisted it up yet. I don't know. We'll see. What else? What else am I working on? I think that's all I'm working on. So it's all I'm working on. When I went to pick up the yarn, they had their Christmas stuff at 60% off because U2 Yarn shares its space with another shop called Farmhouse, and they have like cute, like cottage cabin vibe stuff. They had it's a gnome mug. Look, hey. It's a gnome mug. Am I gonna drink out of it? Probably not. It's really small. It was just really freaking cute. I bought two. You know what? I might save one and it'll be in a oh, I could, if I do an advent or something, like an advent giveaway, maybe I could put one of these in there. Maybe I'll do like, oh, maybe that'll be my December prize giveaway. I'll do a gnome mug. You can have a gnome mug. Yes, I'm gonna save one and it's gonna be in my December thing. It's gonna be a gnome mug. My only thing is, just FYI, these don't fit like snugly. But I mean, if you put like tea or something in here, it'll keep your tea a little bit warm. It'll keep the steam in. So it's just really freaking cute. They also had it as just a jar, and I probably should have bought that instead of a mug because I know I'm not going to drink out of it. I just thought it was cute. They were 60% off. It was like $8. Anyway. What else? Row 1. Haven't opened it yet. And then my box that I was missing came, the Bewitched Pigments box. So I'll show you guys that. And then I think we're done. Oh, there's my swatch. All over the place. There's the swatch of that yarn. Okay. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Woolen Women Fibers. Ooh. Oh, I like these. Look at that. Yes. I am happy with this one. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like that one. Okay, let's see. Oh, cute! Little mitts. Little bit mitts. Are they cute? There you go. They look like owls because of the ribbon. That's cute. All right, let's find out where Woolen Women Fibers is. Woolen Women Fibers produces indie-dyed yarn down to a science, dyed by a molecular scientist. Kim Knits is a scientist as well. Woolen Women Fibers is a family and women-owned business that blends laboratory with a dye studio to bring one-of-a-kind, vibrant works of art to your needles. Dynamic Trio is made up of a mother and her twin daughters who dye their creations in their studio in Vintner City, New Jersey. We believe in uplifting women and all people. We especially believe in the healing powers of creativity and the fiber arts. No, sir. Cool. No, sir. My neighbor's moving their trash bins out from in front of my house. I think his wife said something to him. I really do. Ladies unite. Anyway. I think, okay. Bewitched Pigments. And I have opened this already. Because it was late and I was like, where is it? This is the yarn. And I did switch my box. My boxes for this year are going to be DK instead of fingering. So I did switch that around. This is their Alchemy base, which is Superwash Merino Nylon Cashmere, 80-10-10. I don't have MCN on DK, which is why I switched. Because you guys know I canceled all my other boxes. And with this box, it's every 6 weeks, I believe. But yeah, so every 6 weeks. And I switched to DK base because, yeah. That way I'm not adding more fingering weight to my stash. And to use up my fingering weight, I've been doing even with my blanket squares, I've been doubling it so I can get through it. I don't like working with double yarn. I've learned because I keep dropping one and it's a pain in the ass. But I'm going to keep trying to do it because I'm going to knock through some of this stash so I have an excuse to buy more stuff. Anyway, this is rose quartz. And this is like a grayish tint to it. You know, kind of like when you buy rose quartz, sometimes there's little gray veins in it. Okay. And then a rose is a rose of quartz. Stitch markers from Yank Your Yarn. And honestly, just like the labradorite one, I might not use this as a stitch marker. It might become a pendant, as you do. Some gingerbread tea. And this is awesome. And I'm super excited. And I need to find or figure out where I put my jewelry box. Because I am going to wear the crap out of this. Because I've wanted one for years and I never picked one up. It's a Tree of Life pendant with the stones on it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that. That was my extra. Okay. And apparently they said that the boxes for this year is going to be more like witchy, new agey vibe, like stuff for like your altar and things like that instead of, I don't know what it normally is because I've only gotten 2 boxes, but I am stoked. So yeah, Bewitched Pigments. Excited. I would join their book club, but it takes me forever to sit down and read anything. And Audible is hit or miss. I have to enjoy the narrator. I am still reading that book. What's it called? Other Monsters? Ordinary Monsters? Whatever that book was I showed you guys last time. I am reading that now. I decided to go with the Audible book. And the guy does voices and accents. So I'm enjoying the narrator. I'm not exactly sure where I am on it because my problem is I listen to it while I'm knitting at night and I tend to fall asleep. So I have to rewind a bit. I'm not sure what chapter I'm on, but I'm reading that right now. I think I might be done showing y'all stuff. Oh, if anybody journals, I bought a food wellness journal. I bought it as a food diary, but it's also a wellness journal. Isn't it pretty? Anyway, it comes in a bunch of different colors. I got it on Amazon. But it's also like a monthly planner at the front. Got a bunch of month pages. Then it's got your food entries and stuff in it. Bunch of food pages. It's got graph paper in the back. It's got recipe cards in the back. It's got ribbon markers, a pocket, and stickers. So yeah, I'm real bad at keeping up with journal type stuff, but I used to have a food journal and I can't find the damn thing. So I needed another one, and I prefer tactile type things. Like I like my Kindle. I do. I love my Kindle. But for certain things, like if I'm going to be writing things, I prefer paper. Which is bad of me because I'm killing trees, but I like paper. Anyway, this was cool. I bought it. I think that's it. Last thing, and then I'm out. Website. I updated it this morning. It will go live tomorrow at noon. I have put it all over there. Hold on, because I want to show you guys. Well, you know what? No. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put pictures like I did for the giveaway stuff that I'm doing, for the Advent stuff that I'm doing giveaways for, that you guys, you did the keyword, and I'm going to pull from that keyword from the last episode. I'm just going to post pictures of the bundles that I am including on the website. I am also going to put all of the D-stash that was on the website back. I updated the pictures though, so I've got to like sit down and do it. It's probably going to work on this evening. Or maybe tomorrow morning because I'm lazy. But I'm going to put all the D-stash back on the website again, but it's going to be $10. Going to have a $10 D-stash sale that goes through the end of the month. Yes, the $10 D-stash will go through the end of the month. And then I'm going to put the prices back to normal in February, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. That's the plan. And I mean, there's plenty more in here that I could add to the D-stash, but I don't feel like going through it. So I'm just going to put the stuff that was in the D-stash previously back up. And it's going to be $10. That's it. And again, it'll be live at noon tomorrow. And now I'm going to post pictures of the bundles I created from the Advent stuff with some of my D-stash bags. And there you go. The Lola Bean thing's going to be up too. And that Halloween box that I got that I decided I didn't want. And some of the... well, literally most of the Nick Cage Advent, because while I did enjoy opening all of that, the yarns weren't really something I would use because there was a lot of neon colors. So it's gonna be a majority of that with a bag. Some of the Superfine Yarn Co. Advent, like the 24 that was in the box, the really pretty colors. I took half of them out. And the other half I paired with a bag in my D-stash, and that's going to be a thing. The Halloween Haverland full skein, the Lost Boys sock set, that's going to be out there. Anyway, the pictures. I'm going to post the pictures. I don't need to tell you. I'm going to post the pictures at the end of this, so you'll see it, and that's what's going to be on the website. Bundles tomorrow, as well as like a couple extra things. I'll show the pictures. It's fine. I don't need to explain it to you. It's fine. I'm going to go eat. You guys have a good one. I will talk to you guys when I do the giveaway. So what's that, 2 weeks? Yes, 2 weeks, something like that. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm hungry. Bye.